Angry guy here, and women are regretting mocking passport bros. Women are regretting mocking passport bros. Let's go ahead and just jump into the video.
Like, all I want is a guy to choke me and then kiss me and tell me that I'm pretty. Like, I feel like that's not too much to ask for.
She belongs to the streets.
You like seafood? The best fresh seafood in Thailand. Oh, so yummy.
Man.
It's not Yalla Habibi come to Dubai anymore. It's more like Malelo come to Thailand.
And the women overseas continue to win and steamroll Western women, and they wonder why. Because they understand men are visual, and they like, well, we got to keep them over here, because if they lock eyes with those women, once our eyes lock and we see the beauty and we see the potential, it's a wrap. Guys, get your passport. Me not say more, get your passport. Stop playing games, man. Stop playing games and get that passport. Look at these women. It's crazy, bro.
So have anybody else noticed usually the guy who begs you for months for a chance is usually the guy who plays you at the end? Like, it don't make no sense. Like, they'll beg and beg, and finally when you give them a chance to play you.
I don't know about the begging part, but everything else makes total sense. But you don't understand this because you don't live in a man's existence and you don't know our needs. And it's funny because I've done this before. I ghosted a chick after she played games with me on the night, and we had been hanging out and everything. And after I got the dome, I dipped out, got in my car, never hit her back, ghosted her completely, because that was a consequence for her playing those stupid games. She won those stupid prizes. But most dudes nowadays, they're too frail. They heart pump Kool-Aid, they sweet, you know what I'm saying? So they let women do anything and then they don't say anything.
Guys, you see, a lot of dudes right now are weak. A lot of dudes are afraid to even make a woman upset. This is one of the biggest problems that we're looking at in society. Men are afraid to make a woman upset because a lot of dudes have it in their mind, oh my gosh, I make this woman upset. She could accuse me of doing something. She could say I did something. So guys are walking on eggshells around women and then hoping that they get some butt, all right? And these women know this. These women know that the men are walking on eggshells around them. And they basically know that if they just cough, the guy's going to be afraid, okay? Because most guys are afraid of women today in Western society. They're afraid of women destroying their lives over anything. Guys go on a date. They go on a simple date these days, and the female waitress is telling the girl, "Hey, you need to leave the guy. He's a piece of punk." Like literally, men cannot even go on dates today without having someone looking over their shoulder. You know, there are stories about, for example, if a guy takes a girl on a date to Hooters, there's a policy at Hooters. There's like signs up that tells the girl, if you feel uncomfortable and you want us to call the cops, we'll call the cops at any time if the guy makes you uncomfortable. Like, what? And men are beginning to wake up and realize, like, the Western society is geared against them, where women are powerful victims and men are dastardly jokes that have to be punished for being born men. It's absolutely insane. All right. And what these women don't seem to realize that mocking passport bros, for example, it's not helping their cause. Because these men are just waking up other men, and those men are waking up other men, and eventually it becomes a cycle where guys are just fleeing left and right and walking away from Western society, Western women, and starting new lives overseas. And these Western women don't comprehend. They know deep down, and not even deep down, they know on the surface that they can't compete with these women overseas. So what they're doing is they're using shaming tactics, because that's all they have to try to prevent men from leaving, to try to prevent men from ever thinking that they can go over there and start a new life, because they want these men to know that either you worship us and you find a way to serve us to the in just the way we like, that we'll accept you in our lives. We'll allow you to graduate from being a beta male orbiter to being a beta male provider. See, like, guys, this is how it operates. This is how women do it. They will, if you could successfully pass their screening, or live up to their standards, they will let you graduate from being a beta male orbiter to being a beta male provider. You will never be plan A. You will always be plan B, plan beta, plan build up. So you'll be there to build them up until they take off, and then use you for the rest of your life, more or less, to sustain themselves as they're jumping around and running back and forth with Chad and Tyrone, all right? And using your kids to extract wealth and resources from you too. That's if you have any kids with them, all right? This is the games that they play. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying these videos, please go ahead, subscribe to the channel if you already haven't, turn on notifications to never miss another video again, and like the video, because it tells YouTube you like the videos, you want to see more of my videos, and YouTube will then show you more of my videos. Guys, women are regretting mocking password bros, but they don't even realize that this is just the very beginning. This is just the very beginning, because men are not coming back. Men are walking away, and they are staying away. They are done with the games. They're done with the nonsense. They're finished with it all.
You know, you treated them like crap, man, they're going to dip on you after they get the box or they get the top. That's just how it goes.
They're going after your right to get a divorce. Yeah, you heard that right. Right wing.
Well, guys, there you go. They're upset because they can't get half to all you so easy anymore.
Yeah, they can't get your crap anymore. And the thing is, this goes for men who are married that can't get out of divorces. But men, don't get married. Go overseas, get your passport like this dude. Do not take the deal of signing any marriage contract in the United States. Don't do it.
I hope I don't make anyone angry because this might be politically incorrect, but I love that there's things that men do for me that I don't know how to do, like changing a tire. No idea where to begin. But I don't need to know that because there's always a kind man who's going to help me. Also patching a hole in a wall, because that just happens sometimes. I don't know how to do that, but I've never needed to. Like, there's just things that I don't need to know how to do because there's always an awesome guy who does. So, like, why does there need to be such a disconnect? Why can't we just do the things we're good at? Like, for example, I'm really good at, and I'm also really good at math.
He belongs to the streets.
This is why you come to Miami for? This is why you come to Miami? This is why you come to Miami? That is the Cowboys. What? You think I'm stupid? I got your name tatted on me. I got your name tatted on me.
You stupid. You stupid. What's 9 plus 10? You stupid. You stupid.
Nobody told you to get my name tatted on you. Now you
Look at this nonsense. This fool is out here. This fool is out here after wifing this 304 up, and look at this other man is there in just a robe. All right, and she's there talking down to him like, "Listen, little man, you need to calm it down. You need to stop. All right, this is my side man right here, and this is how it is. And you need to behave yourself because you don't because this is really how it is. And I'm disgusted. I'm personally disgusted that you don't know your place. All right, because you're making my man upset. You're making my side man upset. All right, you know the deal. All right, you know how this is. All right." Guys, these women, they have no respect for men. None. They literally keep charts, star ratings of the guys who gave them good D. That's how it is. They don't love you. She will never love you. She is never yours. It's just your turn. It is just your turn. A lot of dudes don't understand that. It's just your turn. When you go overseas, let me explain this. You can find a good wife in the Philippines, but most men who go over to the Philippines, they understand that what they're getting, it may not be forever, all right? The difference is that you go into the relationship knowing this. You go into the relationship understanding that what you are going to get is you're going to get some peace. You're going to get utility out of her, all right? You're going to get someone who cooks, cleans, gives good brain, all right? Gives up the butt, will give you children. And then if and when the relationship comes to an end, you don't end up getting screwed the way you end up in the U.S. You also have guys who don't marry at all. And that's something I'm going to be working on in my blueprint that I'm going to be dropping for y'all, where guys also go over to Asian countries or countries in Latin America, South America. They don't marry these women, but they set them up, build them a cottage, set them up, and then they have kids with these women. They can live with them or they can choose not to live with them. Doesn't matter. But they have access to a woman. They have access to their children, and they're spending they're doing this for pocket change. So you're basically able to maintain a woman for like $3,000 a year. All right, $3,000, $4,000 a year. You are able to maintain a woman and a child. All right, women and children. You can maintain a woman, and your children for like $3,000, $4,000 a year in these countries, and they are grateful. They are grateful for that. Okay, because you're setting them up with a house. You're setting them up with a house, so they will have a roof over their head that they do not have to pay for. All right. They will have furniture. They will be furnished. They will have food. They will have everything they need. They will be kept. All right. And they will have children. Women want to have children. All right. Women want to have children. This garbage that's going on in the U.S. right now is absolute nonsense. Because by the time these women hit 40, they suddenly realize, oh my gosh, I need to have kids. Okay. And then they start doing these fertility treatments. Women want to have kids. The vast majority of women want to have kids, but because of the programming that they've gotten due to the garbage that they consume in the media, they end up delaying it, and they find themselves trying to have kids on their own using in vitro, which often fails. But in other countries, with modern women, they have kids right away. So they're grateful to have their children. They want to have their kids because for them, for example, in the Philippines, the center of a woman's life is her family. And that's a very big difference between in the United States versus our Western countries versus countries in Europe, versus countries in Asia. It was countries like the Philippines, countries like Thailand, countries like Vietnam, and even Eastern European countries, and even countries in South America, Spanish-speaking countries. There's a huge difference in the mindset. So you can go over there and you can find yourself a quality woman and start a life with them. Guys, what do you think about this? Women are regretting mocking password bros, all right? And they really did it to themselves. Men are not coming back. Men are not rushing to save the princess, all right? Bowser can have her, and Bowser is Tyrone. Let me know what y'all think about this, guys, and we'll talk more about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away. And cheers.